white ball and test match class personified. This is a tribute to a hero of Indian cricket who has had some brilliant moments.
Bit of flourish. Downtown, easy. Nice shot. In the air, goes high.
Just check out some of the innings that cemented his test legacy. It's none other than Rohit Sharma. The skies over Ranchi hung heavy as Kagiso Rabada charged in. 3 Indian wickets had fallen for just 39 runs. The pitch offered movement, and South Africa sensed blood. But as the situation grew dire, Rohit Sharma walked in, carrying not just his bat, but a chance to exact a series sweep. Rohit surveyed the chaos from the non-striker's end as Rabada's thunderbolts threatened to derail India's innings. Then everything changed. As if flicking a switch, Rohit began dismantling the attack. His straight drive off unreached Nortya to bring up his half-century was pure artistry. 4s and 6s followed regularly from here on off the bowling of Pete Ngidi and Lindy. He smashed a total of 4 6s on his way to a century.
Matter of time. In the air, goes high. Right, Rohit Sharma goes through with the shot.
He put on a superb partnership with Ajinkya Rahane, who himself reached 100 just after Sharma scored his 150. South African spirits were truly damaged when Rohit finally reached his maiden double century. A classical pull in front of square off the bowling of Ngidi. The stadium erupted with approval and Indian teammates celebrated. This wasn't just his highest test score, it was his proper arrival as a test giant. It was arguably one of his best ever test innings. Just check out the stats. India went on to win by an innings and 202 runs, completing their first ever clean sweep against South Africa. Rohit Sharma waited 6 years for his test debut. The moment finally arrived at the Eden Gardens on November 6, 2013. Ironically, it was the legendary Sachin Tendulkar's farewell series. The apparent romance of the occasion quickly faded into crises. The West Indies had reduced India to 82-4 on a pitch offering generous bounce. Shane Shillingford was delivering a threatening spell of bowling. Sharma walked in not just to save an innings, but to justify years of faith and patience. When he arrived, things got even worse with the departure of Virat Kohli, leaving India reeling at 83 for 5. What followed was a masterclass in temperament. The partnerships with MS Dhoni gradually shifted the momentum. He stroked a boundary to bring up his half-century on debut despite Dhoni's departure. He had ample support from Ravichandran Ashwin, who himself raced to a half-century. Sharma reached his century on debut, becoming the 14th Indian to do so. The Eden Gardens crowd, known for their cricketing intellect, rose as one. Their applause acknowledged not just the innings, but the journey. The raised bat, the helmet's kiss, and the look to the heavens all expressed the triumph over personal demons. More telling was his control percentage, 91.4% against pace, a record for a debutant on a difficult surface. Sharma and Ashwin made a huge 280-run partnership before the hero debutant was dismissed. It was an innings to remember. His innings helped India post 453 runs in response to West Indies' 231 runs. India skittled the West Indies in their second innings reply, which led to a superb innings and 51-run victory. We jump back to that memorable series versus South Africa where Rohit Sharma stamped his authority in his first test match as an opening batsman. The cricketing world watched with skepticism. Could a stroke maker survive the red ball's early examination? The Visakhapatnam pitch promised early assistance to bowlers. Vernon Philander and Kagiso Rabada, armed with the new cherry, gave the Indian openers Mayank Agarwal and Sharma a testing time. But what unfolded was nothing short of mastery. Sharma didn't just survive the new ball, he conquered it. His first boundary as a test opener was a glorious stroke through point off Rabada's bowling. But it was his handling of Keshav Maharaj that elevated the innings from solid to spectacular. In the 20th over, his use of feet against spin was a display of mastery. He danced down the track to deposit the ball into the long-on stands to bring up the 50-run partnership. The runs seemed to accumulate quickly from this point on, as both players reached half-centuries at the end of the 37th over. It was healthy competition between both openers, who were now scoring freely. Sharma exerted greater dominance, bringing up his century in the 54th. The partnership with Mayank Agarwal blossomed to a monumental 317, the highest opening stand for India against South Africa. When Rohit finally departed for 176, India had an excellent platform for the test match, with more dangerous batsmen to enter the play. What was even more remarkable was that Sharma followed this with another century in the second innings. He became just the sixth batsman to score centuries in both innings as a test opener on his first attempt. India ended up winning the game with a dominant 203-run margin, and Sharma earned man of the match. Pressure can crush ordinary men. England thoroughly defeated India at the same venue in the first test. There was now a real threat of a series defeat. The Chennai pitch for the second test was already showing signs of deterioration before a ball was bowled. India desperately needed to level the series, and English spinners were licking their lips at the prospect of a turning track. The challenge couldn't have been clearer: to survive on a minefield against a team in form. Sharma walked out to bat and led from the front. His mastery of the sweep shot, both conventional and paddle, neutralized the England spinner's threat. He also punished the quick bowlers. A brilliant 6 and a 4 moved him into the 40s off the bowling of Ben Stokes. His half-century came at under a run a ball as he punished the spinners with a variety of maneuvers, the singles, and executing the sweep. This form continued as boundaries came with regularity. The defining moment came when he brought up his century with a clever sweep that was characteristic of the innings, a statement of intent and dominance that electrified the limited Chennai crowd. During his innings, Rohit crossed 1,000 test runs as an opener, completing the milestone in just 17 innings, the second fastest by an Indian. His big century was one of his finest on a challenging pitch. India went on to win by 317 runs, squaring the series in impressive fashion. Rohit Sharma, established as a senior player and captain, had a larger responsibility, and this weighed heavier in series where they were expected to win. Similar to the 2021 series, India was stunned in the first test against England's Bazball approach. They fought back in the second and now needed to take control of the 5-match series. The Rajkot pitch looked suitable for batting, but India lost 3 of their top-order batsmen early, and England sensed an opening. The score was 33 for 3, and a partnership was desperately needed. What followed was leadership personified, and it was a perfect balance of calculation and aggression. The dangerous James Anderson was bowling well, so Sharma chose to score from the spinners and less accurate pace bowlers. Ravindra Jadeja gave him excellent support, and the pair made a superb partnership. Sharma scored a century off the bowling of spinner Rehan Ahmed after a cut-through point. Rohit's century celebration was muted by his standards, a reflection of his evolution from talented stroke maker to responsible leader. It was a critical innings as the momentum shifted in India's failure. Jadeja himself scored a century, and handy runs from the lower-order players helped India to a total of 445 all-out, a dominant position in the test match. What made this innings special was its timing. At 38, Rohit had become the oldest Indian captain to score a test century, breaking a 73-year-old record. The result? India ended up thrashing England by 434 runs, their largest victory margin by runs. The true measure of greatness isn't just in the runs scored, but in when they're scored. Each of these 5 innings occurred when India faced pressure, when the team required redemption, and when critics were intensifying their criticism. From a delayed test debutant to a world-class opener, from a white-ball specialist to a red-ball maestro, Rohit Sharma's journey embodies cricket's capacity for redemption and reinvention. These aren't just innings, they're masterclasses in Test cricket immortality. Long after the scorecards fade from memory, the artistry of Rohit Sharma's greatest Test innings will remain an inspiration for generations of cricketers to come. If you like this video, you're going to love the next one. Just check out this next Cricket Crafter compilation.